Welcome back to TikTok Rack Reactions. It's me, yours truly, the Camille Paglia of Milk Baglia's Dalton Pruitt. And well, look who we have here. This is another one by request. This is a good friend of mine, the very funny comedian DDT is her name, her moniker, DDT, like the wrestling move. And I just had her on my podcast, Cornfed with Dalton Pruitt, youtube.com/@cornfed. That episode comes out tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when it premieres on the YouTube channel. She's been a friend of mine for a long time, and she's been a fan of the TikTok Rack Reaction series. And on the show, she asked me, when are you going to do a rack reaction for me? And it's, now. And yeah, what we have here, this is the, what we're looking at here, this is the American Society of Magical Knockers. Okay. Take a look at these, swing low, sweet chariots, if you will. Take me to Paris with this pair of Baldwins. You know what I mean? And I believe it was actually, it was James Baldwin who once said, I often wonder what I'd do if there weren't any books in the world. And by that same token, I say, I often wonder what I'd do if there weren't any boobs in the world. A terrifying thought, but fortunately one that only exists in the imagination, in the mind. It's not a reality that I'll ever have to contend with. There's plenty to look at, and there's plenty to look at right here, folks. You know what I mean? I also believe it was Joe Walsh from the Eagles, the great Joe Walsh, who once said, I like big tits. So that, two great minds, James Baldwin and Joe Walsh. But yeah, the DDT has a great pair of just dense Ovaltines. Make your bones strong. Talking about Ralphie from A Christmas Story with the decoder, is what these are right here. And them things swang, they bounce, jiggle, clap, they'll keep you warm in the winter, when the snow falls and it's time to saddle up, and keep warm, them things right there. You could rest your weary head betwixt this bosom, and these will keep you nice and warm and comfortable during a harsh winter, and possibly even well fed if the need arises. And I've said this before. I'm a big fan of all complexions, from calcite to Vanta Black. And what we have here is a nice, like a macchiato, maybe a cortado of some kind. Some sort of espresso drink. Just a nice, couple of melanated milkers, big old melanated milkers that we're looking at. Dump a few spoonfuls of that Nesquik into that vitamin D whole milk, for a tasty treat. Couple of chocolate thunder from down unders. Let's go to Outback, baby. I can't tell if she has any veins, but I think there's plenty of veins. There's a lot of life in these. I've spent a considerable amount of time with Dee Dee, and these are very active and bubbly boobies, and just brimming with joy and life and bounce, and therefore it stands to reason that there would be that which pumps blood through them, scrawled across these proclamations. I don't know if y'all can tell from this picture, but these are also long boobs. These are longins. You could tie these in a bow, to get them out of the way. Sort of like when you have a gauge in your ear and you take the gauge out, and then you can wrap the hole in your ear around the rest of your ear. That's sort of what these are like. That's how long these are. And it's as far as presentation goes, a very modest outfit that shows off a good portion of the meat. What I always say, meat and mystique. So we got a good showing of meat here, good cleavage. A nice canyon. That leads down into the basement of the museum. Where everything's held in storage. But also, leaving a lot to think about with this outfit. And so, I want to say thank you, Dee Dee, for doing the show. I love you. And of course, 10 out of 10 wood motorboat.